P. Diddy and Cassie's legal latest battles and news about Diddy's twin daughters. Let's talk about it. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, P. Diddy, who is currently still locked up by the feds after being sentenced to 50 months behind bars. Although those 50 months have gradually reduced, he's still got some time to go before he's released. And as much as Diddy's doing time, he still has several civil cases hanging over his head. Clayton Howard, one of the male bedroom workers that him and Cassie hired to service young Cassie, is part of one of the many civil cases against them. Clayton Howard has not made any secret about his lawsuit against Cassie, saying she also trafficked him, not just Diddy, and she shouldn't be treated as a victim, and that he's the victim of her being misused and abused. Both Cassie and Diddy and their legal teams, or separate legal teams anyway, have requested that the case from Clayton Howard should be dismissed immediately. And Clayton Howard, who mainly has been quite vocal, making all his issues with Cassie and Diddy very publicly known, vowed to the judge not too long ago, about a month or so ago, that he's going to keep his mouth shut and keep it professional. But check out the write-up. It says, now representing himself, All Hip Hop reports that Howard is asking the court to formally consider testimony and filings from Combs' criminal trial. This reportedly includes the government's sentencing memorandum, arguing they support his claims. Cassie's attorneys disagree, arguing a complaint cannot be strengthened by attaching outside materials after it has already been filed. They also contend that characterizations contained in a criminal case should not automatically be treated as established facts in civil litigation. And that's because Clayton Howard wants the evidence from P. Diddy's trial, his federal case, to be used against Cassie and Diddy. Another point that Cassie's legal team has even pointed out is that Clayton Howard wanting the evidence from the Diddy trial to be used against Cassie doesn't make sense, because the trial portrays her as a victim, so the evidence in that case would contradict any points he makes about her being an actual guilty party. And if you're wondering why is Clayton Howard representing himself, he actually is studying to be a lawyer or some sort of legal professional. He no longer is a male bedroom worker as he was back then when he was servicing Diddy and Cassie. But does he have a case? I believe he probably does. If Diddy is locked up for the crimes of trafficking these male workers across state lines, I'm assuming they must be some sort of victim, because otherwise why would he be locked up? And if Clayton Howard is indeed a victim, then Miss Cassie has to be a co-conspirator with Diddy, not just a victim herself. Because of course we saw the videos of Diddy and Cassie, or the one video, which we definitely can agree Cassie was a victim there of DV. But in the case of hiring male workers across state lines, the evidence in the case definitely showed that Cassie and Diddy both collaborated with hiring these men for their services. But as much as I don't see this being a big case, I feel like Clayton has to get some money out of the situation. Otherwise, finding Diddy guilty just doesn't make sense. But in other Diddy news, his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah, were on Entertainment Tonight promoting their fashion line. They're out there in the big world making their money. Well, they're trying to anyway. And during this interview, the twins were asked whether their father's case or anything to do with P. Diddy was going to affect their fashion business or them venturing out by themselves. Check out the write-up. They said, not at all. Delilah expanding on this assessment. People fail to realize that just because he's our dad doesn't mean his press is his own press. Our press is our own press. Our clothing line is our clothing line. It's not his clothing line. People fail to understand that we are also individuals. It's separate, so I don't have any fear. We wanted to have a clothing line for many years, Delilah expressed. Now is the time because we are becoming adults. And they went on. Our relationship with Diddy is great, Jessie shared. We definitely are very close. He gives the best advice. He's very knowledgeable in that aspect. We ask him all the time. We need help on this. We need help on that. Success won't be handed to you, Delilah added. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the time. That advice has really shaped us today because we put in so much work. He's really been helpful. He's been very focused, being a better person for his family, Jesse remarked. And he's just always been there for us. Yeah, fam. So that is the twins, Jesse and Delilah, Diddy's little twin girls, looking just like their mother. They're expressing that Diddy is a family guy, trying to improve himself, always giving them advice, and that his bad press will not affect their fashion company or fashion line or their careers. Will it affect them? I mean, obviously being attached to an iconic name like P. Diddy is going to help you in terms of getting your product out there, promoted. But at the same time, people might not want to support the Combs family. I can't see it not doing well, even just a little bit. Maybe they're just going to market it to their age group, the younger crowd. But whether it'll be as big as Sean John was back in the day or any other hip-hop clothing brand, we'll have to wait and see. I hope they do well. Same for the brothers as well. You would hate to think anything that Diddy's done in his life will trickle down and affect his children in a negative manner too much and stunt their careers. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.